Hey, what's good, guys? Welcome back to episode 4 of Louder Than Words. Last episode kinda ended off in a weird spot. I think our boy, well, actually, the dude's name is Luis, so I guess it's me. Uh, I think some naughty stuff happened to me. Oh, that's fucking weird. but but anyway, let's get into it. A fresh, chilly morning, summer breeze interacts softly with my face while gently swaying my hair. I can hear the singing of the birds, the movement of the trees, and even the symphony of the car engines in the distance. However, my bedsheets are certainly not the ones producing this sound next to me. Good morning, Lise. Morning. What time is it? It's about 9 a.m. Well, I guess it's too late for whatever the school arranged for us today. Oh, don't worry. There's no visits today. You're free to do as you like. Taking the proper time to reassess my surroundings, I had indeed stayed the night in her room. The window is wide open and most of the mess is gone. Even the mountain of boxes in the corner have taken a vacation. However, I am left with a piercing headache that would not leave me for the entire morning. A pain akin to that of a hangover, much more intense and with a flavoring of crippling depression. It's as if everything that has ever made me happy came crashing down in an instant, leaving me deprived of the world's colors. Yuriko, having predicted this apparently, saw the pain in my expression and brought me a cup with a green solution in it. Oh gosh, you gonna drug me again? Here, drink this. I knew you were going to have a hard time this morning, so I prepared this for you. With little to no other choice of curing this except playing the waiting game, I downed this bitter mixture in hopes of regaining my normal physical state. What could possibly have been the cause? I know I'm a bit intolerant to alcohol, but a little sake couldn't possibly produce the strong of a reaction in me. At most, I would be left with a little headache the next morning after, but I don't remember a sudden wish for myself to end as part of that experience. Hold on, didn't I? It's that pill! That must have been it, as it was the only thing I remember having apart from the alcohol. I don't know what it is, but I remember a sudden feeling of overwhelming joy at one moment to the point where it felt unnatural. For some reason, however, I can't seem to piece together what happened after that. I'll be going out now, darling. And don't forget your stuff on your way out. I left it all on my desk. Darling? Whoa. Darling? That's new. Damn, we're thinking the same thing. Take care. I should probably call Arima and see where he's at, and see if I can find Natsumi. I have some explaining to do, especially since she specifically asked me for my time last night. For some reason, my phone wasn't in my pocket this morning, but I should have put it somewhere around here. Damn, Natsumi gonna be fucking pissed. Oh shoot. I must have left it back in my room. I just hope I didn't miss anything from her last night, or else I'm gonna have a hard time today. Yeah, you really are. Back in the lobby, the sun reached the middle of the sky, meaning it's time for me to get lunch. The space is packed with students too lazy to make the trip downtown, ready to settle for the hotel food this time. A very festive ambience can be felt throughout the student body, who are all eagerly waiting tonight's rumored school celebration. I heard the student council bought fireworks this time around. I can't wait to see what they got for us. What? They've never been able to afford stuff like that, let alone get permission from the director. I doubt it. But I've heard they were going to have a small music concert and allow students to sing on stage. No way. They would rather have us doing anything on stage than singing. I also heard that they were going to hold a dance party around the fireplace. Where on God's green earth did you hear all this nonsense? The rumor mill has certainly been going strong, especially since we've only received a slight confirmation of celebration of this year's school trip from the teacher. Amidst all the confusion and speculation in the lobby, I am looking for a dear little friend, someone to get lunch with, and who couldn't be in any kind of drama, especially one involving me. I can't seem to get a hold of the girls. They must each be busy with their own preparations and all. And so I'm left with only one option. The clock struck 9, and it's finally time to see if the rumors were true. The outside terrace of the hotel is now filled to the brim with the students, and there's a small podium-like stage equipped with a microphone, although clearly not intended for singing purposes. That immediately discredits the live performance theory and leaves us with the other two. Fireworks could be a thing here, but there's no way to verify it now. It says now way, but I mean, I guess it's just a typo. And finally, there did seem to be a small fireplace in the middle, but it was already there, if I recall correctly. Well, they're getting more and more accurate about these predictions each year, I guess. Audio spikes of various static noises and others can now be faintly heard from all the corners of the place, so it's about time for the higher-ups to step on stage and give their usual speeches like last year. Please welcome the Student Council President herself, Tokunaga Yuriko. A strong round of applause followed this announcement with Yuriko stepping on stage. Hell yeah, you go, girl. Freaking love Yuriko. I haven't seen her all day, and she's clearly acting different than usual. Maybe it's just me, but she looks and sounds kind of more enthusiastic. Thank you, everyone. I'm greatly honored to start this year's trip celebration once again. And I hope you've all enjoyed yourself this time around too. We've been hard at work making sure you get the best experience the school had to offer. It's been a great challenge for our council to handle the logistics of this operation to make sure it went as smoothly as possible for our students and partners. For that, we can also thank the owners for generously lending us this resort for an entire week, and the various guides for offering to show us this beautiful city. Again, thank you all very much, and we hope to see you all next year for another exciting trip. Her speeches never failed to disappoint, and this one surely didn't. It's now the turn of another familiar public figure, and one we all know what to expect from as well. Announcer, and now please welcome the director and principal, Kuronoma Hidekazu. Of course, one must clap for Kuronoma, Mr. Kuronoma, or else. For years, we have strived to create the ideal environment for creativity and genius to flourish, and to help the next generation of students in shaping our society of tomorrow. That is why we have adopted this new program, blah blah blah. Hearing this guy talk is like hearing a live-action PR salesman person. Fucking voice crack. My brain begins to drown the speech out, and starts looking for a visual and auditory stimuli elsewhere. Looking around, I can only hope to spot Arima and Yuriko in the front row, but the other two seem to be missing. I almost had the reflex of reaching down to grab my phone and send a message, but I realized how rude and awkward that would be after ignoring them last night. In any case, I'm certainly bored to tears. And I wish you all plenty of success in your upcoming school year. Dressed in a white uniform as always, a student council member lights up the fireplace to the enjoyment of those who correctly predicted this evening's events. The only other possible prediction at this point is fireworks, but that is still just speculation, as this council made sure to keep their mouths shut. As the music gets louder and the more people gather around the fire and start dancing in pairs, it almost feels like a sort of 1960 hippie gathering. In contrast, I'm like a lost child in a mall. I'm looking for the others, and mainly have the idea of somehow making it up to Natsumi by inviting her to dance. Nah. She was never particularly feminine girl, but I have no real other options at this point. What do you mean? You gotta be feminine to dance? Yo, Luis, you're moving a bit fucking mad. A bit sexism, dog. I love a good old-fashioned dance, dude. That doesn't make me feminine. A familiar shade of gold passes me by and prompts me to try, even when I know it is futile. Hey, Natsumi! The way she ignored me tells me she wasn't the person I'm looking for. Damn. Bruh, I'm never going to find her in this crowd, and all this noise isn't helping me either. Feeling discouraged, I head to the snack table by the corner in hopes of reorganizing my thoughts and getting a better view of the situation. An assortment of various saltine crackers and sugary drinks presents itself to my aching heart right when I need it. Am I wrong here? Should I have told her beforehand that I was going to spend time with her that evening? Or did it send the right message about how I felt about her? Bro, I did not have an option to do that, so, nah. That wasn't even in the script, dog. These questions keep weighing down on my mind as I contemplate my glass of alcohol-free wine. Some white uniforms pass me by, and I notice they're carrying a large wooden box along with a toolbox. I wonder, has the last rumor some truth to it? Something on your mind? Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking over some stuff. What about you? Me? I'm pretty sure I have too much on my mind as of right now. What you heard before was probably the last speech I would ever give as a student council president. And to me, that meant a lot to me. And to me, that meant a lot to me. I spent the whole day practicing and going over every last nook and cranny to make sure everything was perfect. I know you're probably thinking that that's not much of a big deal, and you think I sound childish. Did I say anything? I didn't say anything. In any case, these last few days, which I've mostly spent with you, felt like the best time of my life. I can say the same for me. It's been fun hanging out with you, Yuriko. Is this goodbye? Is she leaving for good? Unfortunately for you and me, I'm only a few days away from graduation, so I won't be here next year to hang out with you like we did these last few weeks. Do you know what you'll be doing next year? As it stands, I'll probably be working retail at some location downtown. I would have liked to attend university, but my parents can't afford to pay my tuition, and neither can I. I intend to save up what I can to hopefully one day go there. In the meantime, I don't want to be the one factor linking us together, Luis. Even if I won't be here during lunch breaks, I can still be there after the bell rings. You may be gone from school, but I certainly won't forget you. Damn, since when did I start sounding so cliche? Luis, I think it's time we got things down for once and for all. Oh my, I think it's happening. What's going on here? I think she's gonna ask me out or something. Holy, I really think she's about to do this. I need to calm down. Should I be the man here and go first? Or should I let her speak her mind? If she doesn't actually ask me out, it will be painfully awkward if I do. But isn't it time for me to admit it? Gather all my strength and just say the word? Oh no. Bruh. You know, if we're talking in-game Luis, he would say, let's speak her mind. And if we're talking real life Luis, I would let her speak her mind. Oh my gosh. Bruh. Imagine if she's not trying to ask us out right now. And we just get fucking rejected, bro. I did not pay $5 to get rejected by a fucking 2D anime girl, bro. She better be thinking the same thing, dog. Okay, whatever. Luis, in-game Luis, do what many other men have failed. What many other men have regretted not doing. Be a man and ask her out. Luis, look, Yuriko, there's something I have to ask you before you leave the school, before you turn a new leaf. And while you and I are high school students, Luis, honestly, I can't barely speak now, but fuck it. Yuriko, go out with me, okay? Oh my gosh. FPS like fireworks. 1 FPS. Just had to ask, Luis. Wait, what? Wait, what? The fireworks went off, as well as my brain. Wait, did I get rejected? I can't say I'm too surprised. She had to like me to some degree in order to want to do what she did with me. But all the mental preparations in the world still can't prevent my mind, my brain, my psyche, and my whole body from feeling the impact of those words. My stomach drops, my body's heat rises, and I'm unable to form a sentence in response. The 1 second, which felt more important than a year, is about to change the course of my life forever. At least, I think so. Luis, I'm kind of new to this as well. Well, there wasn't a guide for what to do afterwards. I guess I don't really know what to do after having confessed either. Oh wait, okay, we're good. But for some reason I low-key thought I got rejected. You know what? Let's dance, Luis. Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm now on stage expected to give the performance of my life for the one dearest to me. She went slowly at first, gently marching rather than dancing, while holding on to me as customary. The music being played changes from a bombastic composition to the contemporary ballad, or at least it seems to in my head. Leading the way, she then starts making bolder moves, subtly inviting me to perform more complicated maneuvers. My experience in this domain, which is limited to what I had seen in movies and television, leaves me no other option but to replicate what I remember, and only the easy parts. Oh my gosh. He's gonna replicate the Love Live moves, bro. Oh my, this is a muse moment. I lift my arms up, inciting her to perform that spin I've seen a million times. and she took me up on my offer. Oh my, the classic. Before performing it, she gracefully moves, lifts her leg, and lands on both, and then spins around, much to the surprise of the people surrounding us. Indeed, everybody is adopting a modern style, dancing when you don't know how, or the kind you do in a street club, but she dances a classical style. Amidst all of this, my mind is painting a picture, a work of art, a memory to be kept until the day of my death. At the center of this painting is Yuriko, with the outside world seemingly just there to revolve around her. All I could see, hear, or feel now is her. With every worry I previously had gone, every painful memory eradicated, and every anxiety vanished, I'm now left with this emotional high of experiencing this precious moment for the first time. The painting itself can never truly be tarnished, and it never will be, but the moment in itself has come to an end, as all good things do. And in the wild, but the controlled gestures, the fierce, subdued cues, and most of all the natural ambience and energy that connects us together, my eyes laid upon a face that minutes ago I was looking for, but now wish everything for it to leave this place. It is, in the simplest definitions, the face of complete despair. With 2 glasses in her hand and anguish written on her visage, Natsumi looks onto us with complete silence. Damn. Natsumi just got NTR'd. She got cucked, boys. Unlucky. GG. There's no going back, and there's certainly no making it up to her. A new day arises. The rolling green hills. Oh my, like Sonic, guys. Like freaking Sonic. The farm surrounded by cattle. The electrical transmission, network lines, and the splendid nature of this region are all familiar to me now. The last time I saw them, I was tied down in a speeding car praying it wouldn't be the day that I met my creator. This time, I'm back in the same car, although it's going at a much slower and safer pace. Beside me is Yuriko, driving me home, humming a song and smiling to the road ahead. And who could blame her? After all, she was looking up to a bright future. Nice. Very wholesome. Freeze Act 3. Oh gosh. Yuriko. I grew up thinking the world didn't want me, thinking that I was nothing more than a nuisance. Much of my time back then was spent roaming around in the streets, as I hated going back home more than anything. And when I went back home, the constant yelling of my father and the harsh words of my mother took a heavy toll on me, to the point where I would think of the various ways I could get rid of them. My father never had a stable job per se, but rather was always doing odd jobs here and there. However, he always had a hard time keeping those jobs, as he had a bad habit of drinking, even during the daytime. The worst part was when he got home in the evening, as he would come home irritated from work, drink some more, and either argue with mom or yell at me. That was usually when he was the most intoxicated, and anything mom and I said or did during that time could get him very angry, so he would start throwing things at us or hitting me with whatever he had. I remember one time he came home late because of work and asked me why dinner wasn't ready yet. I told him mom went out this afternoon and hadn't come back yet. He grabbed me by the hair and kept smashing my face against the table, telling me that I should have made it and that I was useless if I couldn't even do that. I must have been 10 or 11 years old back then. My mom, on the other hand, was much more laid back than my dad, but she never really seemed to care for me, and always seemed very distant. She was always going off on her own little adventures, meeting other people, and coming back late in the evening or the day after. She would always argue with father about how he wasn't doing anything for the family, and that he should stop drinking and settle down on a job somewhere. He would reply by saying that she wasn't doing much either, and that she had no right to tell him what to do. And so this is how I spent much of my early childhood and primary school days. In middle school, I started to realize just how miserable I truly was. All of my friends had nice clothes, whatever they wanted for Christmas, and most of all, parents who looked like they actually cared about their child. I remember one time during a difficult financial period for us, the only meal I had during the day was lunch at the cafeteria, which the school offered for free to low-income families like mine. To me, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I promised myself that I would study at university after high school, get a high-paying job, and leave the household forever. In the meantime, I decided I would start making my own money and got involved in dealing in any and all substances the public desired. Through many of the people I knew and the connections I made from living on the street, I managed to make a profit. For the first time, I could afford to buy a lot of things my friends had and eat to my heart's content. By the time I entered high school, I was a totally different person, socially and physically. I completely changed my image of the poor rebellious girl living on the streets to that wealthy honor student. All in order to get recommended by the school and have access to the best universities of the nation. During my second year of high school, I was elected student council president, and that was when I met you for the first time. You slammed the door open during one of our student council meetings, demanding that we revert our decision of dismantling the film club, of which you were the vice president. I told you that according to the rules, it needed to have more than 3 members to be considered a club, and that we're dismantling clubs who don't fall under that category as part of our initiative. You insisted, standing your ground in front of the whole council, with no regards to the consequences, unlike the other club leaders who came complaining to us. You had such a defiant, rebellious look in your eyes, one I could never forget. Yet you presented yourself in calm and composed manner. You were the opposite of him. You made a big impression on me, one that I have forgotten up until this day. Wow, dude. 1 year later. The first hints of snow make their way from heaven to the sullied earth beneath in front of the deep gray backdrop. The wind keeps slamming itself on the outside walls, looking for the entrance and rattling the window blinds, much to my ear's discomfort. For once, however, I don't mind the noise. I'm not concentrating on anything right now. In fact, I can hardly remember the last time I was concentrated on doing important work. Actually, I think it must have been back in the summer, during my final exam. I told my parents I was taking a sabbatical year because I wasn't ready to make the transition to university yet. And while it was fun doing whatever I wanted during the first few weeks, I find myself with too much time on my hands and not too much to fill that time with. Okay? I even thought of getting a job, but I don't even have the motivation to fill a CV, let alone send it to an employer. At first I thought it would also be a great opportunity to spend more time with Yuriko, since I didn't have that much free time last year, and even when I did, she told me she was too busy working. But even now, when I'm basically free 24/7, I get to see her once a week if I'm lucky. Is this really what it's like dating a career woman? There's no use staying indoors when I'm this bored, so all this afternoon with one of my favorite activities. The fuck? Of course I'm referring to an activity consisting of aimlessly walking around the city while listening to music. It's one of the best ways to do a bit of exercise, get a breath of fresh air, and pass the time. That's odd. I wonder who could be calling me at this time. Yuriko? She should still be at work. It must be something important. Hello? Yo, Luis, it's Yuriko. Yeah, it's me. What's going on? Aren't you supposed to be at work? Look, Luis, I need to talk to you right now. I've had enough of this charade. Not like I have anything better to do. Yeah, sure. I'm surprised to see you leave work this early. I'm clocking out early today, so please just be there. Alright, I'll be there. See you soon. See you there. Surprisingly, the cafe looks to be brimming with life. I guess the cold weather is a big factor, otherwise there's no reason for this many people to be here on a Friday evening instead of at a bar or an actual restaurant. Good evening, sir. What can I do for you? 1 espresso with sugar, please. Whenever I came here, which was usually after school with Natsumi and Arima, and more recently Yuriko, I always felt the atmosphere here had an element of tension, of stress. Maybe it was because of a lot of salaried men of the neighboring business district often came here at the same time as we did after a long day of work, or maybe it was because of the numerous times the staff yelled at us for making too much noise. Either way, I never really liked it. Today, however, the people here are the complete opposite. A certain warmth fills the place, and I feel good just being here. I wonder, has the place really evolved since I started coming here, or is my perception skewed now that I no longer regularly come here? I noticed a lot of these little details have changed significantly since I stopped going to school. I was never really keen on education. I felt depressed going there every day, knowing how boring and mind-numbing it was going to be. Some would say that their friends are what keep them coming back, but even that wasn't really the case for me. The only real friend I had was Natsumi, and Arima was more of a friendly classmate. And where are they now? I haven't heard anything from Arima since graduation, and I've barely spoken to Natsumi. Although to be fair, she stopped clinging on to me like she used to since she saw me with Yuriko at the closing celebration of our sophomore field trip. Yeah, that makes sense. That may not have helped my case. Really, the only time where I really enjoyed school was during the end of my sophomore year. My freshman year was uneventful and my senior year was too stressful, but for all the wrong reasons. I also really started to enjoy this place when we made it a regular meetup during the week for Yuriko and me. Speaking of which, she should be here any minute now. Well, it looks like she's running a bit late. There must be a lot of traffic at this hour. Since when was traffic a problem in this town? What's taking her so long? She must be screwed up at work or something. I doubt she would forget a rendezvous she set herself. Or would she? Excuse me, but I don't have time right now. I need to go. She's not responding to any of my texts and calls, so there must be something wrong here. There's no use in staying here, so I might as well go search for her. Oh shit. Luckily, I know exactly where she works, so I'll just head there to make sure she hasn't forgotten or anything like that. Wait, hold on. I can give you what you want. Oh fuck. Oh no. Now I see waiting for her at a brightly lit cafe made me forget how dark it is outside. I know these streets, but I can't help but feel uneasy walking here at this hour. The closer I get to her workplace, the more I realize how stupid I was. What if something had happened to her on her way here? Well, living in a small town where nothing happens makes you carefree, I suppose. I assumed she was coming here by car, but who's to say she suddenly felt like walking here? Unconsciously, my pace starts to pick up, and I find myself almost running there. For some reason, everything seems shady after nightfall. People I wouldn't have thought twice about during the day now look like potential threats behind the cover of the night. I'm sure she must have had the same thought as me. But why didn't she respond to any of my calls? Please! Shit, I'm pretty sure I just heard her scream. And it came from that direction. I'm already tired. Where's my stamina when I truly need it? Is that Yuriko? I can't really see well from here. I think there's somebody beside her. Who's that beside her? I think it's a guy, but I could and hope to be wrong. He's holding something there, but I can't quite tell. Oh, this can't be. I think he's holding a goddamn knife. Jesus Christ, I have no clue what to do. What the fuck, dude? Shit, I don't have any weapon. Okay, first of all, I need to calm down and think rationally, or I'll do something stupid. What can I realistically do in this situation? I should avoid facing him head on, but I don't have much time either. First of all, I'll quickly call the cops and let them know. Kamakura Regional Police Department, how may I help you? Hello, there's someone being threatened by a knife in front of me. I'm on the street leading up to Shinto Shrine. Understood, a police unit is on the way, and should arrive shortly. Sir, please don't try and... Unfortunately for the police lady, I don't have much time right now. If I want to prevent a tragedy, I've come to the conclusion that there's only two ways of doing this without putting me in immediate danger. I can either sneak up behind him or throw something at him to knock him out. Oh fuck. I don't like either one of those. If I try to stealth approach, I'll have to go the other way around and rush him to take him from down behind, which will take more time. If I throw something at him, it has to be big enough to knock him. And if I miss, I'm in big trouble. I just need to find a sharp rock or something and hope for the best. Fuck, dude. Bro, I don't like any of these choices, dude. Sneak up from right behind, bro. He's totally gonna fucking notice me. But then you throw something to knock him out, dude. Bro, I've played enough fucking of these games where when you do that, when you throw something, you hit the fucking person you're trying to save, bro. So I have a feeling like I'm gonna throw a fucking rock and I'm gonna hit fucking Yuriko, and then she's gonna fucking die or some bullshit, dude. Bro, these are so bad. I'm gonna save. Alright, I'm gonna save. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm gonna sneak up from right behind. Because I don't want to fucking accidentally miss and then kill fucking Yuriko, or just miss and then, I don't know, get stabbed. Throwing something seems too risky, so I'll go with this approach. I just need to make sure he doesn't hear me, so I'll start by turning off any potential noise makers I'm carrying with me, starting with my phone. In addition, I need to be careful not to make a single sound, and that means calibrating each and every single step to land as softly as possible. Making my way around, not a single sound can be heard from in this neighborhood. Not a single soul walks by. Not a single animal can be seen or heard. How come no one's around here? Please, I don't have anything on me. Just stop. Come on, of course you do. Just hand them over calmly, and I won't harm you. I don't think you understand, woman. I'll bleed you dry if you don't get onto it. I can hear them, and it's clear now that she's being jumped. I can also tell how much restraint he's putting on his voice. He's trying very hard not to scream. He's trying very hard. I'm starting to see his back. I have the perfect angle. I just need for him to turn a little bit to the left so he doesn't get the chance to see me. Shit. Yep, of course. Always happens. Who goes there? Before his eyes even meet with mine, I slam into him and drop him onto the floor, okay? My first reflex is to put my feet on his wrist to lock the hand holding the weapon down, all while holding him down by the throat so he doesn't get the chance to come at me. Holy shit, we might actually do it. After a bit of struggle, I finally pin him down. Yuriko, get away. The cops are going to be here any minute, so just go. Please stop. Get away from... Oh my god. When I turn back to the face of the assailant, his face, which initially displayed a clear struggle, now radiates something akin to a relief of victory. But even then, he cannot help but hide the sudden regret and sadness emanating from him after what he just did to me. I take a step aside, contemplating how I got here. Maybe I was wrong. I probably shouldn't have done that. In any case, they should be here any second now. I'm just starting to feel it. The acute pain coming from my lower chest is just now getting processed by my head. The amount of blood gushing out of my body isn't very reassuring either. He just realized it too. He's panicking, thinking, oh god, what have I done? Perhaps he wasn't actually going to stab her or anything, so I should have waited for them to show up. I mean, how could I have known he had a gun? Luis! 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 I hear him running away, behind, because of course he does. Luis, I've called an ambulance, just please stay with me. I'm sorry, Yuriko. Don't say anything, just hold on. It's so weird. Really, I feel a lot lighter all of a sudden. Oh, what the fuck? No! Okay, guys, ignore that shit, right? This shit never happened. This shit never happened. That's why you saved the game, boys. Finn, yeah, right. Suck me off, mate. Alright, throw something to knock him out. Of course. That's what Rick and Morty would do. There's no way this fails, boys. I don't have time to get there all sneaky beaky, knowing he might harm her at any second now. Part of being a man is being resourceful, so I grab the nearest dangerous looking rock that I can find and position myself close enough to have a chance at hitting him, but far enough for him not to see me. My long career built upon years of playing dodgeball is about to accumulate, and I'm about to make history. Here I go. Why is he so fucking happy? It's so freaking weird, bro. Your freaking girlfriend is being held down as a freaking hostage. Well, I almost can't believe it, but I actually got him. Of course you do. Of course, fucking aimbot, dude. It took multiple shots, but he's down. The fatal one wasn't just a regular shot, but a headshot. I was prepared to switch to plan B, which involved me distracting him and whatnot, but it looks like that won't be necessary. Yuriko! Yuriko! Luis! Are you hurt? I'm fine, but a few more minutes and I probably wouldn't have been. Alright, it won't be long before the police show up here, so I'll stay to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. Just go ahead to the cafe. I'll be there shortly after. Luis, what? I can't thank you enough. Yeah, sure, leave it for when we're there. Just go now. I think I went a bit overboard on the throw. He's actually bleeding now. Oh well, you can never be too cautious. No fucking cap, dude. One hell of an evening, huh? Really, I'm too old for this stuff. Working a job and having responsibilities softened me up a lot. Back in the old days, I would have probably pulled a knife on him, as a means of self-defense, or try to beat him with my fist. Damn, let's go, Yuriko. Nowadays, wearing heels, makeup, and carrying a purse make this impossible. Okay, what happened? What was it he was after? Well, I didn't use my car today as I feared there was going to be a lot of traffic, which is usually the case on Friday nights. That's also part of my mistake. I totally forgot how traffic could be on a Friday evening. Maybe it's because I haven't been going out as much since I left school. I decided I'd walk here, which generally speaking isn't a very dangerous thing. However, I happened to pass by a shady neighborhood on my way here, and that guy started following me from that point onward. He waited until we got to the point where no one was around, grabbed at my shoulder, and slammed me on the wall. He pulled out a knife and told me to empty my pockets and purse. It's precisely then that he started calling me, so he first took my phone and put it on silent. I was trying to buy as much time as I could, hoping someone would come and call the cops. And so I pretended to be a tourist who didn't understand the language, gave him random things I had, and used some sleight of hand techniques I knew to hide the valuable items in question. I think he caught on to me towards the end, as he was getting very angry and started holding a knife closer to my body. This may sound too apologetic, but I'm sorry, Yuriko. I really should have called sooner, especially since I knew what time it was. I'm the one who needs to apologize, Luis. I should have asked you to come pick me up, or I should have gone on public transit. It was foolish of me to think I was still a 15-year-old girl who wore jeans and a sweater. Anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I invited you here because I have a favor to ask of you, and something important to tell you. Alright, let's hear it then. First of all, I need to give some context. I've resigned from my job. I hated working there. I hated the people who worked there with me. I hated the management. I hated everything about it. The only reason I started working was because my father basically forced me into it. He said that if I wanted to keep a roof over my head, I needed to start working to help the family. Of course, I thought of renting an apartment, but anything halfway decent is too expensive for what I was earning, and I would have had very little, if not no money left to eat and live my life with. And really, even if I did, I wouldn't have any way of saving up for a degree in university. I tried to save up for a degree when I was working there, but the little I could spare per month meant I would had to work 10 or 15 years to afford the degree I want. And even then, a lot of it would get spent on little things here and there. Why can't you ask your father to help you get into college? As I said, he wants me to work. Right now, if I go back home and tell him that I've resigned, he'll probably kick me out and leave me no choice but to sleep on the street. You probably don't know this yet, since I've never really explained it to you, but the relationship I have with my family, especially my dad, is very rocky at best. I need to tell you more about me and how I grew up, or else you won't really get it. It's going to be a long one, so strap in. Ready? I think so. I've always wanted to find out more about you, so please go ahead. Alright, so basically I grew up in... That's basically it. Luis? Well, I always knew you had some sort of delinquent side to you, but I never thought you were actually in that deep. I guess the circumstances surrounding your childhood kind of shaped you into that. Yeah, I guess you could say so. I kind of stopped getting involved in that shady business since doing that while working at a corporation is not the best idea. What are you gonna do now? I imagine you're not going back home tonight, right? That's where you come in, Luis. I wanted to ask you if I could stay over at your place while I figure things out. Yeah, sure, of course you can. I don't think my parents will mind. I'll just have to explain to them why I'm bringing my girl over. Sweet, I can't thank you enough for this. I really don't know how to thank you for this. Not only did you come to save me from getting mugged, but you're letting me stay over. Really, I think I should just marry you. Hold up. We could think about that last part another time. She hasn't outright dismissed the thought. It's still a possibility. Oh my, Luis, you're doing the impossible. Don't worry about it. It's nothing really. If you really want me to thank me, how about treating me to a parfait the next time we come here? Sure, I would love to do that. Now that I think about it, I've been dating her for more than a year now, but I've never once introduced her to my parents. I'll have to convince them to allow someone they've never met to stay over and explain my relationship with her nonetheless. I better give them a call to let them know so they can at least prepare mentally. I'm home. Damn, that's a nice house you got there. Would be a shame if I left it alone. Thanks, it'd be indeed a shame if we didn't spend some time here, now that you finally have the opportunity. How's your afternoon? You were out for a while today. A little stressful, but it went well. Hello there, young girl. I assume you're Yuriko, the person Luis was talking about? Yes, pleased to meet you. I'm Yuriko. Pleased to meet you. Could I ask you to please wait in the living room? I just have some things to discuss with Luis. Then I'll get back to you so we can prepare your room. Sure, thanks for having me. Luis, wasn't she the student council president you used to hang out with at school? Indeed she is. You said she needed a place to stay the night, but can't she go back to her parents? Like I told you over the phone, she has a difficult relationship with her parents, and the situation is especially sticky right now. She also told me her father could get pretty violent, and if she goes back home tonight, he might get physical. Okay, that may be a little bit of an exaggeration, but there's some truth in there. I just really want her to stay over. I'll give you the details later on, but basically she's trying to figure out how she could save up for a degree. She needs some time away from her family. I see. I don't mind having her stay over for a few days, but we can't have her here forever. Great, thanks, Mom. She'll be staying in Mayuko's old room, right? Yes, where else would you want her to stay? Your room? Not that I would particularly mind. No, I was just... Never mind. By the way, I should probably tell you, I've been dating her for almost 2 years now, so... I kind of figured that out, Luis. Huh? I'm the one in charge of keeping your wardrobe clean, son. I could tell when I kept seeing the same long hair and smelling the same woman's fragrance on them. Your mom's cooking is excellent. I never had ramen taste this good. Thanks, I'll relay that to her later. I didn't see your father. Does he live with you? Yeah, he's on a business trip. Oh, okay, I see. Alright, now that we've had our fill, I'll show you to your new room. Follow me if you will. Here it is. It's not far from mine, so if you need anything, just let me know. And please make sure to knock first. It's nice. It seems definitely more spacious than mine. Was there someone living here before? Yes, this used to be my sister's room. Her name is Miyako. Bro, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. I don't know if it's Mayako or Miyako. But I mean, I don't know. What the hell is wrong with you, Luis? You can't fucking pronounce your own sister's name. The fuck? She's much older than me, and she's living with her fiance now. But don't worry, we set this up as a sort of guest room, so you'll see none of her stuff. I see. I'll just put my stuff here then. She must not be carrying anything important to throw it down like that, like she did. Truth be told, there's one thing I'm really looking forward to. What is it? Can you show me your room? I'm dying to know what it looks like. Fine, but it's nothing really special. Ta-da! Whoa, it's pretty nice in here. Although it could use a bit organizing. Yeah, well, I do what I can with what I have. At least it feels like a personal space with those posters and all. My parents never let me hang anything, since we were, and still are, renting that place. Although I must say you've got quite a peculiar taste in music. They're pretty old, I don't listen to them as much as I used to be. But I still think they're good. Whoa, hold on. Is that the Nintendo V? I love that system. Okay, I think it means Nintendo Wii. Oh my gosh, it is. Really? It's nice. I guess, but it's pretty old. I should probably get the new one. Do you have the kart racing game? I'd love to play that on. Of course, I mean, who doesn't have it? I can play it with you if you're down. Now, let's play some Wii Sports. Be warned, I'm pretty much a pro at this point, and since you'll be my opponent, I won't hold back. Really? I also happen to be pretty good at it, so I wouldn't get your hopes up. Damn it, that shell power-up is annoying as hell. This is like the 9th time already. This legit is fucking Mario Kart. I told you, you have to dodge it. An experienced player like myself would have no problem facing that. Whatever, I'm done with this. I'm totally beat. I'll just go to sleep. Yeah, I should probably go too. It's been a long day for me. Tomorrow, I'll probably head downtown to take care of some business. Let me guess, you want me to accompany you? Please? Sure. I don't have much to do anyways. Alright, now that it's settled, good night. Good night! Huh? Oh, somebody opened the door. I'm not fully asleep as of now, but I'm certainly trying to. For whatever reason, someone has entered my sanctuary. I hope it's not Yuriko trying to pull a prank on me, although that's not in her character. Huh? Yuriko, what are you doing? Look, I know it's you. I recognize your smell and form, so explain yourself. Quiet. We don't want to wake your mom now, do we? That's not much in the way of an explanation. I just came to check on you. And do you really have to be on me to do that? Yes, it's very important, okay? Alright, let's see. I might be pushing the blissfully ignorant act, but I'd love to see how she reacts. And plus, I'm not a child. I don't need someone to make sure I'm sleeping correctly. Hold on. That's my tool here. Wait, you want to do that here? Why not? My mom's sleeping in the room next to us. Oh, come on. You're no fun, Luis. A little bit won't hurt, so ease up. I'm not going to wake her up. What the fuck? No. It's risky, but Lord knows it's an offer I can refuse. I think you meant can't refuse. Alright, but you better not make a sound. Let's go. Okay. We've done it, boys. This is 100% confirmed. In-game Luis is a player. Oh my gosh. One day I wish I could be just like him. No, I'm kidding. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys would have done in the situation where I either could have snuck up on him or threw a rock. Dude, both of those are really bad choices in my opinion, but I don't know, man. The rock thing, bro, that was kind of some bullshit fucking RNG stuff, dude. That was like all luck, bro. Like, I don't know, like me, I don't know. Like me in real life, I don't think I have the aim to make sure I hit him, like, for sure. But, whatever. Thank you guys for watching again. Really enjoying this, visual novel. And yeah, adios.